Hello everyone, this is Moses from Wilona's Cave, and this is going to be the first, podcast right now for my channel, and I'm going to be doing this periodically. I'm working on a lot of things right now. I'm trying to finish up a few projects, a few house chores on top of it, and the family's here, people are walking around, people are watching their own things, and decided that I'll just share what I'm working on. What I'm working on right now and what I want to talk about is my Mystic Warriors RPG, and also updating on I'd rather talk about that first, I guess, on my upcoming Dragonbane supplement. What's going on now? It is about 97 pages, that's including cover and all that. And let's see. What's left is doing the artwork. If I don't want this to be heavily edited, but if I feel like I have enough time, I'll put some images on the screen while you're watching. I'm probably going to put Skyrim in the background, like gameplay or just standing places where I like, some locations that I like in Skyrim. That way, at least it catches your attention a little bit more than just listening to me. The only things I have left really is doing artwork. I have either 3 to 5 pieces of artwork to do. I say that because this project has taken me a long time. Ever since Dragonbane came out, or at least since they did the third-party license, I started working on my supplement for Dragonbane. And some of you that have been subscribed for a while know about it, of some things, like I did the hunting and fishing rules, or fishing rules rather. Not rules, but like supplemental. Vampire Slayer. Let's see, what else did I do? The Gnome, Kin, etc. All those type of things are going to be in this supplement, but they're going to be expanded and they've been play tested more. Some things that my son has helped me with, not just in the past, but in the current. Play testing, giving me some ideas. Let's see. There's Cowboy. He had the idea of doing a cowboy, so there's going to be a cowboy profession. But that's part of the reason why it's taking a little bit longer, because I want to work more with my son with that, which he is willing to help, which is good. I want him getting away from TV and YouTube and the kind of stuff like that. But I want to make him more into it. So I'm using my artwork to make him more inspired to keep working on it. And I'm really trying hard on the artwork. I'll show you an image of the weapon. I named it something, but it's created by the gnomes. The gnomes are good for tinkering. So it's created by the gnomes, and there's certain cool things that it has, and I'll probably expand upon it later. A lot of this artwork and professions, kin, and everything like that will also transfer, even the artwork, but I'll make more of them, will transfer to my system, Mystic Warriors. So all this artwork will be in my portfolio. It won't be just for Dragonbane. I'm going to use some, if not all of that artwork as well, on top of even more with my system, Mystic Warriors. So with Mystic Warriors, I created a rule summary, which I think I'm going to provide to, first off, to paid Patreon members, to paid members, and then get a little bit of feedback from that, and then go to the regular members, the free membership, to get more feedback on it, of the rule summary. Now, it's not even in beta, it's really alpha, but I've play tested a lot of it. And what's interesting about it, I'll link up a video if I remember. I don't want to do too much editing. I'll link up a video about what I think about combat. A lot of you subscribers that know me know that combat bores me. A lot of systems, and it's well known in the community where combat is probably one of the most focal things that people look at and judge a system by. And I thought of something while I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and Dragon Age Origins, which I love. I love the Dragon Age system, game, TTRPG, etc., Fantasy Age, the Age system. What is it? From Green Ronin Publishing, I think. So, and I get a lot of my ideas from video games, like I have with Skyrim on my NPC conversation generator. I'll link up a video that I did about that now, if I remember. Combat to me is supposed to be chaotic and dynamic. And if you are waiting for your turn, if you're in a real combat situation, in life, in war, or in this fantasy realm, let's say if you are a barbarian, a druid, a wizard, and a bard. Okay, the barbarian goes first. Let's say in real life, you are the barbarian. You're standing right there. You're just gonna wait your turn? No. There's probably something gonna probably try to backstab you at the same time. A lot of stuff's gonna go on at once. There is no turn waiting in real life. And I don't know why it has to be that way in combat with TTRPGs. Okay, we're not playing war games. We're playing a TTRPG that is extremely dynamic. And the combat should be chaotic. And the only way that I can think of it, from the contrast between Baldur's Gate 3 and Dragon Age Origins, is, and I mention it in this video, that video that I'm linking up, hopefully I remember, is that and I have a set system, like a sequence to follow. It's not just as simple as what I'm about to say, but but the basics is there. Everyone announces what they're going to do. So you're a party of 4. You talk to each other as a team, like combat would be. You talk to each other on how to, take on this dragon or 10 goblins or whatever it is. You talk to each other, and then as a team, you agree on it, and everyone rolls their dice at the same time. That's my combat system. There's no waiting. If 2 or 3 out of 4 of you are like, we need to take out this orc, regardless of how many other goblins there are or whatever, we need this orc taken care of. You decide 3 of you are going to roll your dice to attack that orc at the same time. You can make it, and of course make it narrative after you roll the dice. Make it narrative, or at least the GM should make it narrative, make it more fun. And one of you decide to hold back in case you're saving your move, your roll, in case one of them fails. You could try rolling. That person could try rolling and helping. And if it doesn't go well, then it's not going to, there's rules for that I'm making. What happens is let's say the barbarian, the druid, and the bard, the wizard holds back. They all roll their dice for that one orc, and the barbarian gets a critical and kills the orc. Okay? What happens to the barbarian? Let's say the bard was doing a bow and arrow and the druid was casting a spell. Okay? Okay, and they're all successful, all 3 of them. So what happened to the druid and the bard? Well, what happens in real life? Okay, the bow and arrow from the bard, the arrow just flies above the dead body of the orc, and the spell just gets casted on the dead orc for some reason. And that hopefully it was an area of effect, so it lasts a little bit. If it was a firebolt, there's no firebolt for a druid, but whatever. If it was like vines that wrap the orc to help or constrain the orc, hold them down, it holds down the dead body. There it is. And then it's like, okay, and then that's how real life is. Everybody's aiming their weapon at one object, and whoever shoot. In the end, the result was optimal because the orc is dead. That's all you wanted. Okay. Now that in Dragon Age, that's how it is. It's how I play the game, where it's all chaotic, and then you could pause and zoom out and move the cursor around and replan. That's round 1 going to round 2. The pausing, zooming out and stuff. You will see it in that video. And I think this is the best way to play it. And I also have the Mystic Die. So I'm changing the system to a D100 because the D6 system I love, but it didn't really work out with modifications. And a Mystic Die as well. I'll show some of the things on the screen right now. And that will help with variations and a lot of cool things that could happen with using the Mystic Die. You'll see some of that mystic die value in some of my brochure type games. I'll put up a video, I don't know how many I could do on this, about the Echoes of the Hidden, which I'm doing still, and that's about ancient Middle East setting, but really like what was it, the Assassin's Creed, what is it, Origins, Origins, ancient Egypt. But that uses the what was it, echo die value. This is a mystic die value to help with that. So you can see what I mean by that extra die. Let's see. But this is going to be a D10 for the mystic die. So this is helping because no one needs to wait. If you miss and the enemy did not die, your mystic die value will tell you that a certain enemy the GM could choose. If you're playing solo, I'll make solo rules for it. But the GM could choose which enemy reacts. And whoever missed that mystic die value, whatever you had, that D10, will tell the GM which attack will the orc, let's say the orc didn't die, and the barbarian got a hit, the bard missed, and the druid missed, and the wizard's holding back. Okay, so that wizard can roll and help, and let's say he rolled to aid the druid and it worked, so the druid casted the spell and did successfully casted the vines around the orc's feet. But the bard missed. So you go to that orc or any other being, so the orc may not be able to attack because he's wrapped up, but if there's goblins around, like I said, the GM could say, okay, this goblin, or more than one, what is to the bard, what is your mystic die value? It's a 7. Okay, they go to the D10 chart of that goblin per class or per race or heritage. Goblin, D10, okay, number 7, I think that's what I said. Number 7, okay, goblin fires 2 arrows at you, and it's an automatic hit. It's sort of it's taking inspiration from Forbidden Lands and Dragonbane of the D6, sort of with monsters. But with this, I'm liking it for everyone. So it's a lot easier. So everything, the witch, whatever, Manticore, everybody will have, no matter what, will have a D10 list. Makes it a lot easier, makes it more fun, in my opinion. So whoever misses gets the attack on them. That's when it is. So it's never, as it is right now, it's not your team versus their team back and forth. It's, did you miss? Okay, you're going to get attacked. I think, playing in my head, I think that will do well. I play tested it, but it needs a lot more play testing, and that's the only way I'll get that is releasing the documents. Either for free or just for sale, and hear feedback. When it's for sale, I ensure I get feedback when I sell it. If people aren't happy, they're going to tell me. But if it's for free, they're like, you might get feedback, you might not. I forgot to play your game, Moses. Well, you don't forget to play the game if you paid money for it. Or at least for some of us. Let's see. So that's the combat system of that. Let's see how long I've been going. About 13 minutes. I'll probably go for another 2 right now, and that'll be it for the first podcast. Magic now. Magic is something I love, but I have to admit, from doing my the reason why the first Dragonbane supplement took so long was because of the spells. I did 90 spells, 10 of which are magic tricks. So what is that, 80 spells, I think, somewhere around there. That took forever. I thought I would love making spells. Come to find out I don't. It's so much work because you have to play test each one thoroughly. And it's a lot, and you start running out of ideas. So luckily I finished it. I love to hear feedback, of course. But I'm the type of person that loves magic systems that are more free-flowing. Okay? Now I understand that there's magic systems or magic users that use spell books and stuff. This is what it would be, is a spell like Dragonbane that I created to supplement those spells, or in Dragonbane itself. But I like it to where if there's the limitations of Powered by the Apocalypse is you feel as though you only could do what your moves provide. So if you don't have a move for it, you can't do it. And sometimes you need a move for this certain occasion, or else there's really nothing else you could do. And that's how it feels with spells. So let's say if you had all your spells was for ice, and you take on an enemy that is a Yeti, and now it's useless. All your spells are useless. You can't use cold against a cold monster. That doesn't work. So I'm more into the line of tags, using tags to create your own spells. So creating spells. Spells are built using tags such as damage, control, healing, or utility. So an example tag is like fireball would be damage, area, and then you could say the element of fire. Or illusion is control, distraction. There's going to be like 10 certain keywords that if you combine them together, they can give you the basis of your spell. And then there's these other huge lists of tags that you could throw in. You could even do 2 damage or 3 damage or 4 damage tags. You only have a certain amount of magic points, so let's say like 10 or 20 or 30. Not too sure how I'm going to do it. So you could say I want fireball, but a big one. So I want fireball, damage, area. Okay, area doesn't really cost you anything, I don't think. I have to look again, but damage does. Each damage costs 1 point, okay, to do this fireball. But you want a big one, and you have 10 MP left. So you're gonna I'm gonna do 10 damage, and that's gonna be however much damage it could be, probably just 10 wounds or 10 damage hit points. But the thing is, if you fail that roll, whatever you do, I might do a miscast table, or it's just going to affect you personally or a random character, like a party member, let's say. So I'm doing that so people could hold back a bit and not spend all their magic points on one spell. But yes, so it's going to be a tag-based system. So you got all these tags listed and categorized, and if you mix them together, they will create any spell that I can think of. So if you want to create levitate human and throw them into a pit, there'll be like 2 or 3 tags, combine that and it will happen. Just annotate those tags and what it does, and then write a name for that spell, and now you have your spell for later on. You have to recreate it each time. So okay, I'm at 17 minutes now. I think I said a lot of good things. I'll talk more about it later. Let me know how you like this new type of video. It's a lot easier for me to do this. Happy gaming, everybody. Bye.